Today we're going to learn English with the song Space Oddity by David Bowie. You'll sing along with me as usual, and I'll teach you the vocabulary and grammar from the song. But remember to subscribe to the channel so that you get a reminder when I release a new video. You can download the lyrics from the link here in the video, or you can follow along with the subtitles in the song. Okay. Are you ready? Then let's sing. Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. Commencing countdown, engines on. Check ignition and may God's love be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade, and the papers want to know whose shirt you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in a most peculiar way, and the stars look very different today. So here am I sitting in a tin can, far above the world. Planet Earth is blue and there's nothing I can do. I'm past 100,000 miles. I'm feeling very still, and I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much, she knows. Ground control to Major Tom, your circuit's dead, there's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Well, here am I floating round my tin can, far above the moon. Planet Earth is blue and there's nothing I can do. Number 1. Protein pills. So the protein pills in the song, he's really talking about the kind of food that astronauts eat. So these are very small pills or tablets, okay, like you take for medicine when you're sick or when you're ill. And this is all of the food, the protein that they need in a very, very small pill, in a very, very small tablet. Okay, number 2 is commencing. Commencing really means starting, beginning. So commencing countdown, engines on. Commencing means starting the countdown. And in the original song you can hear the countdown as well. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. Maybe I'll add that to the song, to my version here if I figure out how to do that. Number 3 is ignition. Ignition is starting the engine. So if you have in your car, you put in the key, turn the key, and this starts the engine. Okay, I mean, if you have a more modern car, maybe it's just an electric button that you press to start the engine. That's the ignition these days. But ignition comes from the word ignite, meaning to start the fire, to ignite the fire, start the fire. Ignition means start the engine. Number 4 is an idiom phrase, to make the grade. To make the grade means that you are good enough. You pass the test. You have the skills that you need for this, yeah? So you are good enough. Number 5 is the capsule or capsule. The capsule, I said it in 3 different ways there, right? That's the problem with English. Many ways to pronounce a word. I'm going to use my pronunciation, which is capsule. The capsule is, in this case, it's talking about the spaceship itself, okay? A smaller spaceship, okay? Number 6 is peculiar. And how he sings this in the original song, I tried to do it in my own version as well, because it's a really very special way that he pronounces it. Peculiar means very, very strange, very unusual. Okay, a most peculiar way means a very, very unusual, very, very strange way. Number 7 is the tin can. A tin can, I should have brought one as a prop here, but I didn't. A tin can is a metal container. If you're in the UK, a tin can will maybe contain baked beans, soup, whatever. So a metal container that contains food, okay? This is a tin can. In the song, the tin can talks about his spaceship, okay? It's an idiom, I guess, or a funny way to talk about his spaceship. Floating round in my tin can, in my spaceship. Okay, now did you spot the sentence, the strange, unusual sentence structure that David Bowie used in the song? Yeah, that's it. He said, "Here am I, sitting in my tin can." Here am I. Well, this is very unusual sentence structure. What will be the normal way to make that sentence in English? Yeah, you're right. I am here, right? I am here sitting in my tin can. So it's an old-fashioned sentence structure. It's used in poetry, in song lyrics. Okay, don't use this in your regular day-to-day conversation, okay? Don't call up your friend and say, "Here am I, sitting in Starbucks, waiting for you." Yeah, don't say that. Say, "I'm here, sitting in Starbucks, waiting for you." Okay, that would be the correct way to use that sentence. This is just artistic, creative freedom. Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. Commencing countdown, engines on. Check ignition and may God's love be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade, and the papers want to know whose shirt you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in a most peculiar way, and the stars look very different today. So here am I, sitting in a tin can, far nothing I can do. I'm past 100,000 miles, I'm feeling very still, and I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much, she knows. Ground control to Major Tom, your circuit's dead, there's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Well, here am I, floating round my tin can, far above the moon. Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do. This song was inspired by Stanley Kubrick's film 2001: A Space Odyssey. Okay, well that's all for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.